Hello and welcome back to Gapeys Garden. Today we're going to take a look at our figs. So it's been a while since I've done a fig update. I showed you how I started my fig cuttings this season, and I haven't actually done a full update in quite a while. So today I'm going to show you how our fig cuttings are doing. We started 12 of them a little over a month ago, and all 12 of them have rooted, but some of them have still not put out any leaves. So I'm a little worried about those. I'll show those in a minute. And then we'll go outside, take a look at our in-ground fig trees. We've got 2 of those, and then all the rest are in containers in the greenhouse. Let's take a look at the 4 we still have here in the fig bin. These are the ones that do not have any leaves coming out yet, and I typically don't put them under lights until the leaves starting coming out, but all of these have got lots of roots. This one is the DTE. This one here is the raspberry latte. Look at all those roots. I can't believe it doesn't have any leaves yet. And then this one here is the Grandpa Simons. Lots of roots on there as well. And the last one to root was this one here, and I can't find what this one is. I did label, I thought, all of these at the top here, but I couldn't find where it's labeled. But there's some roots here, not quite as many as the others, but this one also has no sign of anything coming out of the top. So I don't know if these 4 are going to make it. If they don't put out some leaves pretty soon, I'm not sure if they're going to. Luckily, I do have at least one of each of these that does have leaves, and we'll take a look at those next. And here's the fig cuttings that we have under our Spider Farmer SF1000. They're about 10 inches below the light, and I've only got it at about 50% power because they are kind of close. But we've got our Tiger Panache here. This was our fattest cutting that we had, and the roots are looking pretty good there, starting to come out of the bottom of the cup there. And then our other Tiger Panache is here. This one actually does not quite have any leaves, but I decided to put it under the lights anyway. It is starting to kind of bud out, but just no leaves have actually popped out yet. But look at the roots on that. Looking really good. And then we've got 2 of these Grandpa Simons figs, and we had one of those in the fig bin still. But we've got leaves coming out up top of that one. This one back here is also a Grandpa Simons, looking really good there. The one in the back here is the St. Rita. I think we've got 2 leaves coming out of that cup. And then the last 3 here are all the DTEs, or Détresse Esplet. So these ones are all looking pretty good. Got quite a few leaves coming out of those. This one doesn't, actually the leaves don't look too great on this one. Possibly fig mosaic virus on that, I'm not sure. But they're a little splotchy looking. So I might be moving these outside here before too long. It's still getting pretty cold at night, so I'm not sure if I'm quite ready to move them outside. Maybe in the next couple of weeks when I start moving everything else out of the grow room. All right, let's go outside and take a look at our in-ground figs. I mentioned we have 2 in-ground figs. This one is the Olympian. I did cover these this winter, but only for like maybe 2 weeks tops when it got really cold. Other than that, I kept them uncovered because we had a pretty mild winter. It does look like we have a little bit of dieback on the tips of some of the branches, like this one here, maybe this one here. But other than that, it's looking really good, and it looks like we might get our first Brabas ever on our in-ground figs this year. So we've got quite a few of them popping up here on the Olympian, a few more over here. So I'm really excited for Brabas season this year because our in-ground figs are looking really good. Here's a look at our other in-ground fig. This one is the Latarula, or honey fig, and same with this one. I had it covered for a couple weeks and that's it, and it is getting its first Brabas ever. These have both been in the ground for like 3 or 4 years. Several times they've died to the ground, and this is the first year we've ever had any Braba on any of these. So this is looking really good. This fig actually did get some main crop figs for a couple years, but this will be its first Brabas. So really excited for these. The leaves are just starting to come out on this one. I don't think the other one had any leaves coming out yet. So we did have a little bit of dieback on a couple branches. This one here has a little bit of tip dieback, and then I think a couple over here also. So I need to prune those off because they're not gonna produce anything. But other than that, it's looking very good. Tons of figs on this branch here. All right, now let's take a look at our fig jungle. I'm not gonna go through every single one of these because that'll probably take all day. I've got, I don't know, 40 something figs in here, but we'll at least take a look at how our brabas are progressing. So the first one here is our Nero 600. We've just got some little tiny babies on this one. I think just two, maybe another one possibly coming out right there. That's our biggest one right there. And then let's see, this one here is our Burns brown turkey. We've got a couple that are decent size there. I think those are the only two, maybe another one possibly coming out right there. And then our Black Greek Marius, we just have one here, and it's kind of funny looking. It's kind of long and skinny. Not sure if that's how it's supposed to look. And then let's see, any more down here? Oh, we got one here. This one is, let me see, what does that say? Santa Cruz Dark. So we've got one pretty decent sized Braba fig on there. And then let's see, this one here is the Burgessot Grease. This is one of the larger figs, and it's got one of the biggest Brabas right there. And then we've got a bunch of younger trees that are still in smaller pots up on the shelf. And I think there may be one or two with some Brabas. I don't think there's any on these guys. Nice looking leaf there. This one is possibly our biggest Braba fig in the greenhouse. Let's see, what is this one? This is the Vincenzo. We've got two pretty good sized Brabas there. And let's see, I don't think any others up here have any Brabas. Oh, maybe we got a tiny one on this Burns brown turkey. So this is also Burns brown turkey. We've just got a little tiny one sticking out right there. I'm not sure. Oh, we got maybe another one, little baby right there. And I think that covers all of those. Now I wanted to show these two. These are the ones that stayed in the greenhouse over winter. They're both in 7-gallon containers, and unfortunately these are the last ones to wake up. All the rest of these were in the garden shed. It's an insulated garden shed all winter, except for these two, and they are finally just starting to put out some leaves, but they're definitely way behind all the other ones that were in the shed. So we've got more growth. Actually, the growth coming out the bottom is looking bigger than the growth that's coming out of the tops here. Doesn't look like we've had much dieback. It's just taking really a long time to wake up. And then we've got a bunch more figs on this side. These are some of our older figs, and I probably should have done some root pruning this season, but I've been so busy that I have not gotten around to it. So let's see if we can find some Brabas on here. Okay, here's one. This guy's got two pretty good sized Braba figs here, and this is the I-258. I don't think we've gotten Brabas off of this before. This is about, I think, maybe 3 years old. And then our Tacoma Violet has pretty good sized fig on it there. It's one of the bigger ones. We've also got a little baby here in the back, and we've got, I think, 3 figs on this branch here, looking pretty good. So I'm not sure if those are gonna drop or not. I think usually with this variety, I usually end up getting those to drop, then they don't mature, but this one looks pretty promising. They usually drop before it gets that big, so that one may stick around. Let's see, what else do we have? I don't know if we have any other Brabas in here. We have, every single one of them has gotten a lot of leaf growth. This one looks like it might have kind of a yellow fig. I don't think that's probably not, yeah. That one didn't stay on. That one, let's see, what is that one? Oh, I don't know. Can't find the label on this one, actually. Not sure which one that is. I don't know. I didn't really have any dieback on the ones that were stored in the shed, and everyone is waking up and looking pretty happy. I did the first fertilization the other day I just used a liquid, I think Dr. Earth all-purpose fertilizer for the first fertilization, but I might use some IV Organics here in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully they enjoy that. But anyway, that's how the figs are looking this season. I might end up doing some repotting, like on this one here, the 7-gallon one. I did not do any root pruning on that one last year, and I think it needs it. I'm thinking about cutting off this side branch here and just keeping this branch here that's kind of branching out. And then when I do the root pruning, I'll stick it back in the pot and I'll kind of rotate it so this is kind of more going straight up instead of off to the side there. But I did repot this other one last year, so that one doesn't need any root pruning this year, I don't think. So, but I think we're gonna go ahead and do that on this other one here. And this is the, let's see, this is the Figo Preto. So this takes a really long season, so I don't know that it has a chance of ripening any fruit this year, but maybe next year. All right, so that's how our figs are doing. Everything is looking pretty good and waking up and growing pretty fast. Hope you enjoyed the fig update. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.